Hello guys, what's going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing why 2017 is GTA Online's best year. Without a doubt, we've received some awesome new additions to GTA Online throughout 2017, and it's been by far my favourite year for the game so far, despite being its 4th year since release. And I'm sure for the majority of you guys, you will agree, but I also know there'll be some people with very mixed opinions on this. So I want you guys to leave a comment on this video right now. Which was your favourite year for GTA Online and why? So with today being December 31st, the final day of 2017, I thought this video was very fitting for the occasion. 2017 has been an incredible year, both for myself, after surpassing 1 million subscribers earlier in the year, so a quick thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel and has supported me this year. But 2017 has also been a great year for GTA 5 as well, with the release of 4 incredible updates, supposed record numbers of players playing the game as well, and becoming the 3rd most popular game of all time in the terms of sales. But the year itself didn't start off all that well. After the final release of the drip-fed vehicles from the import and export update in early January, very little happened until March, when Rockstar then released the Cunning Stunts Special Vehicle Circuits update. This wasn't a very big update and was pretty much just a small Part 2 add-on, only adding a small selection of stunt races specialized for the special vehicles added in the previous update. Only one new car was actually released on day 1, the ProGen GP1, which was a decent car, but wasn't anything to get too excited about, so it was an all-round letdown after waiting months. And during the weeks to follow, 3 other cars were added as drip-fed vehicles, including the Grotti Turismo Classic, the Hijack Ruston, and the Pegassi Infernus Classic. But despite 2 of these being retro cars from past GTA games, the support for these wasn't that great from the community. In April though, Rockstar did release a number of previously story mode exclusive vehicles, including the Duco Death, the Ballista Compact, the Dukes, and the Stallion, which is possibly the best part of this update. But this was it. This was all the content that Rockstar released in near enough the first half of the year. It wasn't until June when things began picking up, and ultimately made this year the best on record, starting with the release of the gunrunning update. Now I think it's safe to say the gunrunning update was an awesome update and became many players' favourites, including myself, adding a new business venture into the game, underground bunkers, and a large selection of new vehicles, including the Dune FAV, the Half-Track, the Weaponized Tampa, the APC, the MOC, the Oppressor motorcycle, which is by far my favourite vehicle still today, and the anti-aircraft trailer. And then of course, in the weeks to follow as drip-fed content, we received the Dubaki Wagner, the Grotti Cheetah Classic, the Karin Technical Custom, the Pegassi Torero, the Insurgent Pickup Truck Custom, the Night Shark, the Ocelot XA21, and then finally, the Ocelot Ardent. So in total, this update added 16 new vehicles into the game, plus we saw the addition of some Mark II weapons as well, over 750 new clothing items and masks, and much, much more. It was possibly the biggest update we've received in the terms of content in GTA Online, but this title was short-lived. Immediately after the release of the final drip-fed vehicle in GTA Online, the Ocelot Ardent, the week after Rockstar released the Smuggler's Run update, which was even bigger in the terms of content, but despite how cool the concept seemed, it wasn't quite as liked by the community. Mostly due to the overall cost of the update, with over $75 million needed in-game if you wanted to purchase everything, and there were more vehicles held back to be released as drip-fed content than the number of vehicles actually released on day 1. But this doesn't mean there weren't some good features in this update, with the addition of hangars which you can buy and store aircrafts in, and these were available both at the airport and the military base. Another new business was also added as well, plus 19 new vehicles and aircrafts were added with this update as well, including the Alpha Z1, the Visione, the Starling, the Tula, the Havoc, the Ultralight, the V65 Molotov, the Vapid Retinue, and finally, the Western Rogue. And then of course, as drip-fed content, we received the Howard NX25, the Pyro, the Coil Cyclone, the Dubaki Rapid GT Classic, the Hunter Attack Helicopter, the Mammoth Mogul, the P45 Nakota, the RM10 Bombushka, the Vigilante or the Batmobile, which was most players' favourite vehicle in this update, the Sea Breeze, and of course the P996 Laser was finally made available to purchase online. And not to forget, we were also given the ability to store any and all Pegasus aircrafts in our hangars as personal vehicles too for the first time. Now, although Smuggler's Run for many wasn't a great update, it still added some pretty good additions into the game. But then, just 2 weeks after the final vehicle was released from Smuggler's Run, the P996 Laser, we then received the biggest update ever, the Doomsday Heist update, which is officially my, as I'm sure it is for many of you guys too, favourite update in GTA Online, adding a selection of new heist missions, 16 new vehicles on day 1, which is more than any other update has ever added on day 1, including the release of the Akula Attack Helicopter, the Barrage, the Chernobog, the Coil Raiden, the Yosemite, the Deluxo, the Mammoth Avenger, the Jetpack or the Thruster, the Para, the Ocelot Stromberg, the Fister Comet Safari, the RCV, a new tank, the Kunjali, the Ubermacht SC-1, the Rioter, and the Volatile. And despite the amount of new vehicles available on day 1, there are 13 other vehicles available as drip-fed content, 4 of which we've already received in the 2 weeks or so it's been since the release of this update, including the Overflood Autark, which we received earlier on this week, the Benefactor Streeter, the Ubermax Sentinel Classic, and the Albany Hermes. But of course we also have the following vehicles to look forward to as well over the next few weeks and months, including the Anis Silvestre, the Lamprey Viserys, the Grotti GT500, the Ubermac Revolta, the Fister Neon, the Karin 190Z, the Vapid Hustler, the Fister Comet SR, and the Canis Camacho. Plus, this update added the biggest business properties ever that we've seen in GTA Online, with the option of also owning an orbital cannon inside these as well, which in fairness is a complete waste of money, but it's still a pretty cool feature. Rockstar also added several new Mark II weapons as well, and much more. Plus, the update also included the Christmas content as well, which was released just a week after the Doomsday Heist update. So all in all, an awesome update, and a pretty good year as well for GTA Online amongst its other achievements. Although the first half of the year, like I said, was a little disappointing, these past few months have certainly made up for it. But let's compare 2017 to the previous years we've had in GTA Online, going all the way back and starting from the beginning in 2013. So September 2013 is when GTA 5 was first released onto the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. But upon its release, only story mode was available. GTA Online wasn't made available for another 2 weeks until the first few days or so of October. And it was only a month or so afterwards, in November, when Rockstar then released the first ever update into GTA Online, which was named the Beach Bum Update. Now all the content in this update was initially free when it was first released. In this update, Rockstar released 4 vehicles, the BF Bifter, the Canis Kalahari, the Bravado Paradise, and the Pegassi Speeder. But it wasn't until a few months or so afterwards when Rockstar then changed the price from free to the prices which are now in-game. But then the following month, in December, on Christmas Eve itself, Rockstar then released the Holidays Gift Update. It was basically the first Christmas update we ever had in GTA Online, which of course released the snow into the game and a selection of Christmas-themed clothing and items as well, and of course the Christmas tree into Legion Square and our apartments. So although 2013 wasn't a huge year for GTA Online in the terms of updates, it was of course the year that GTA 5 was first released, and at this stage, Rockstar didn't really know where they were going to be taking GTA Online. It wasn't until the next year they then put their focus into GTA Online and then began releasing more updates. The first one they released, the Valentine's Day Massacre in February. Now in this update, there wasn't a huge amount of content. In fact, there were just 2 items, a new vehicle, the Albany Roosevelt, and a weapon, the Gusenberg Sweeper. But then just 2 or 3 weeks later, Rockstar then released another update, this being the business update, where they added 4 new vehicles, including the Albany Alpha, the Dinka Jester, the Grotti Turismo R, and the Buckingham Vestra, which was then followed by the High Life update that was released in May, adding some high-end apartments and 4 new vehicles, including the Dinka Thrust Motorcycle, the Pegassi Zentorno, the Dubaki Massacre, and the Ennis Huntley S. Then the following month, in June, Rockstar released the I'm Not a Hipster update, which was at this stage the biggest update we'd ever received, which released a number of new vehicles, including the Pegali, the Vapid Blade, the Declasse Rhapsody, the Volcar Warrener, the Benefactor Glendale, the Benefactor Panto, and the Dubster 6x6. Then in July, we saw the release of the Independence Day Special Update, which added 2 vehicles, the Western Sovereign and the Vapid Liberator, and 2 weapons as well, including the musket and the firework launcher. This update was then followed by the release of the Flight School update just a month later in August, which of course added the Flight School into the game, as well as a few vehicles and aircrafts as well. Then in early October, Rockstar released the Last Team Standing update, which of course added the Last Team Standing game mode, as well as 3 vehicles as well, including the Lamborghini 40 GT. And then in December, we saw the 2014 Festive Surprise update with the release of 4 new vehicles, the Dinka Jester race car, the Dubaki Massacre race car, the Bravado Rat Truck, and the Vapid Slam Van. Of course, we also saw the release of the Firework Launcher again, the Proximity Mine, and the Homing Launcher. Plus, Rockstar also added snowballs into the game for the first time as well, so from this year, you could now have snowball fights in GTA Online. Anyway, but in total, in 2014, 8 new updates were added into the game. Of course, in 2014 as well, we also saw the release of GTA 5 on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 in November. But then in 2015, in March, we saw the release of the Heist update, which was, at this stage, the biggest update and very, very different to anything we'd seen previously. Of course, then the following month, in April 2015, Rockstar then released GTA 5 on PC. Then in June, Rockstar released part 1 of the Ill-Gotten Gains update, adding a variety of different high-end vehicles, including the Osiris, the Albany Virgo, the NS Windsor, the Benefactor Sterling GT, the Golden Luxor Deluxe, and of course the Swift Deluxe as well. Then in part 2, which was released just a month afterwards in July, Rockstar then added another variety of different vehicles, including the Coil Brawler, the Vapid Chino, the Corvette Blackfin, the T20, the Lamborghini Toro, and the Dinka Invicta. Then, following this, in September, Rockstar then released the Free Mode Events update, which didn't add any new vehicles into the game, but instead added a variety of different free mode jobs and events into the game, including time trials. After this, we then saw the release of the Lowriders update, of course with the addition of Benny's Original Motorworks in GTA Online. And this Lowriders update also included the Halloween Surprise update, which was then released later on that month, which then added the Albany Frankenstanger and the Albany Lurcher into the game. And then the final update for 2015 was released in December. This was the Executives and Other Criminals update, and again added loads of content into the game. It added the VIP status, it added super yachts and the stilt houses in the Vinewood Hills. And this update also added loads of new vehicles as well, including the Super Volato, the Turreted Limo, some armoured vehicles, the Benefactor Shafter V12, the Nightshade, the Class A Mamba, the Verlera, and much, much more. And again, this update also included the Festive Surprise 2015 update, which was then released later on in the month. So 2015 was another big update for GTA Online, with 7 new updates in total. But moving on to 2016, in January, Rockstar released the January 2016 update, which added 2 vehicles to Benny's Original Motorworks, the Sultan RS and the Banshee 900R. Then in March was the release of the Lowriders Custom Classics update, which was basically a part 2 to the Lowriders update. But it was this update where Rockstar then began releasing vehicles as drip-fed content. So on day 1, there are already 3 vehicles that could be customized at Benny's Original Motorworks. Then in June, Rockstar released the Further Adventures in Finance and Felony updates, which was a follow-on from the Executives and Other Criminals update, but added the CEO status into the game, which came with the first ever business type as well, which allowed us to get our very own warehouses and fill them with crates. We also saw the addition as well of the CEO offices, plus a range of new vehicles as well. And then in July, we had the Cunning Stunts update, which of course added stunt races into the game, and a range of new vehicles as well, including the RE-7B, the ETR-1. Then in October was the release of the Bikers update, of course adding the biker businesses into the game, the biker clubhouses, and a range of new motorcycles as well. And then finally in December was the release of the Import and Export update, adding one of the best businesses that we still have in GTA Online, plus of course the CEO garages as well, and a range of special vehicles for the first time. So again, 2016 was another great year, but like I said, in my opinion, 2017 has just slightly outdone this with the release of the gunrunning updates and of course the Doomsday Heist update as well. They were 2 very good updates and in my opinion, the 2 best updates we've ever received in GTA Online. But like I said, I want to get your thoughts and feelings on this then. Which year, like I said, do you guys think is the best year we've had in GTA Online? So go ahead and leave a comment. And I also want to get your thoughts and feelings as well. What is your favorite update we've ever had in GTA Online as well? So go ahead and leave a comment about that as well. And if you guys could drop a like on this video as well, it would of course be greatly appreciated and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.